a nice one. I don't need to make a million friends. Like when I worked in clubs, I knew everyone in New York City. I don't want that life anymore. Like I want to scale down who I know to the people that I want to be around that, enrich my life.
That makes a lot of sense to me too. What about like a Mean Girls reboot? I mean, everyone, like including Lindsay Lohan.
I would love it. I would absolutely love it. I would do it in any form whatsoever. This movie brings people so much joy, so I lean into it. Damien is on a different level than a lot of the other characters in the movie. One, he's like the least problematic character over time. Like that's like when you think about it, like, the teacher's in her bra, the principal's hitting on her, the other teachers like sleeping with the students, the one girl's doing like psycho revenge planning, the other one's like lying and having two sides, like the other one's a manipulative bitch. It's like Damien's just like hanging out in the bathroom like, I have to go to choir. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so that's one thing. But I think for a lot of people in America, especially, Damien was the first time that they saw a gay, and you could kind of tell it was really gay, even if I didn't say it, but like a gay, chubby teen just kind of being comfortable in his skin and like never worrying. Like Damien didn't cry in the movie and he wasn't sad and he wasn't like, I can't go. There was none of that stuff. It was Damien was like, huh, what's next? What are we doing now? I do the morning announcements and I'm really busy with the choir and I'm on the homecoming committee. And I'm like, he had a whole life outside of that story where all these people's lives were like each other and trying to destroy each other. And Damien has a whole life in Mean Girls we don't even know about, where he's like, he's a part of all these committees and he's doing things and he's like comfortable. And he dressed nice. He probably would have been a plastic if he was a girl, like, because he loved the hierarchy of it all, but he was above it. I feel like it's such a great character. But for so many young gay kids, especially chubby kids or POC kids or anyone who just felt like other or different or wasn't sitting at the cool white table, I feel like for them, Damien was something that was like, wow, like that's kind of like me. Like I'm that one. Like, and he's the best. They're the best out of everything. The art free table is where I'd rather sit. I'd rather, like it just made more sense. Like, and I had a lot of grown men start crying to me. It took like 6 years. It took a while for the movie to be old, for people. And I tell this story all the time. And if anyone's ever heard any other interview with me, I'm apologizing for reading it again, but it's such a defining moment in my life. But I got a fan letter from someone at the 10th year anniversary who said, I don't know if you're gay or not, and it doesn't matter, but when I was in 8th grade, I was tortured for being chubby and beat up for being a sissy. And then your movie came out. And in 9th grade, on the first day of my freshman year, the popular senior girl said, "You're like Damien, come sit with us." And he was like, "Thank you for giving me something in media that I could point to and say, that's me." And I got a letter from a girl in Texas who was like, "My best friend's gay and he's never been allowed over. And now my mom loves Damien, so he's over for dinner and he sleeps over and everything. And just thank you." Like I said, a place at that table for that guy. And then recently, like Asad Yacoub is this really great director who grew up in Dubai. He directed Trixie Mattel's latest video, and he directs a lot of the music videos for a lot of the queer artists that are out there. Jordy's new music video he directed. And he came up to me holding the Queer Tea that he won at the Queer Tea Awards. And he was like, in tears at the party, just telling me, he's like, "You don't realize that because Damien never said I'm gay, he made it through censors in Dubai, and it was the only gay person I ever saw in cinema. Like, you're literally the reason that I said I could go to America." Like, and that happened in Asia and Africa and India and all these places where gay gets cut out. They're making a big deal about Lightyear, about like a same-sex kiss right now. That stuff gets cut out or it becomes a big deal. But Damien was like, "What are you talking about? I'm not gay," when they said too gay to function or whatever. And just because of that, he was allowed through. And Damien never came out in the script, but I ad-libbed one line where she goes, "Look, I'm partial." She goes, I'm a queen. And he goes, "As am I." And I think "as am I," and since it was the end of the movie, was my way of outing Damien. And I think that resonated with the people who I was trying to make hear it. The censors weren't listening, but the chubby gay teens, they fucking hang on every word. I was looking around for any word from a conversion therapist, from a parent, from a friend, from just somebody, from every television show I ever saw. I watched all the weird stuff. That's why I'm a fan of the weird stuff. I watched USA Up All Night and John Waters and just anything, Gregor Rocky, like anything I could watch that would have a semblance of queerness, because I was hungry for just somebody saying it's okay. And Damien said that on such a large global scale that I wasn't even ready for. I mean, I've just been figuring it out this year, that like how much social impact that character had. And so to me, to do a part 2, 3, 4, 5, I love it. I would do Damien the animated series. I don't care. Like whatever, like I just, they just don't want to do it for whatever reason. You know, I'm so into it. I mean, I want to do a whole movie with the whole cast. We all play different characters. People would love that. You know, Tina Fey's got that power and she ain't pulling the trigger. So I don't know who else could do it.
I think that's like when Ali Sheedy was here and she was like, I would never do another Breakfast Club. I was like, would you do another movie with all the people that were in the Breakfast Club? I think that's such a great idea.
I mean, they did that anyway. That's what John Hughes did, you know? I mean, I don't know. It would have been great if Tina kept writing movies for all of us, like if all of us were in Baby Daddy or whatever, but I can't put that all on her, you know?
Do you think it would ever happen though?
I've been trying to write something now that has all of us in it, just because to me, that just seems like so much fun. And I know how much joy I've kind of like progressed. So like my dream was to be like this famous actor that everybody knew. And pretty much, even if you don't know how to pronounce my name, if you go, oh, the guy from Mean Girls, people know me. So I accomplished that so early on. What's the next dream, right? Like, what's really the next goal? Like, yeah, I want an Oscar or something. I love all those awards, and I think it's so cool. Oh my God, I would be so touched and honored if a group of my peers all said that I was the best that year or something. Like, I could see where that would feel really good, but it seems like a really selfish goal to like live my whole life based off of at this point. I don't even watch the Oscars. So it's like, I kind of feel like that's not what I want, even though I would love it. Like, I want to just be like a purveyor of joy. When I see the look on a 15-year-old girl's face when the family gives her a cameo of me, like, or when I see like the way the Italian mom acts the same way when I do a Italian mom cameo and they show it to like a Nana and she's like freaking out over it, or like when I walk out to my colleges and they're screaming and they're like dressed like me and they're holding like fat heads of me and they're like going nuts. Like, it's just like, oh, these people like love this shit. I'll stay at that meet and greet and meet every single person at those colleges for free. And honestly, I've even like risked COVID doing it at some points of the past few years, because it brings people so much joy. It's like really what we need. And I'm like guaranteed to like bring joy almost. It's like, what a gift God has given me to be able to be someone that's known for that, you know? And nostalgia is one of the greatest things in the world for people with trauma. I know it from my own trauma. I know it from people I love's trauma, because nostalgia is packaged in a sweet little package that's already sealed and closed. So if you have a good, joyous feeling over Mean Girls, no one could take that away from you. Like, no matter how much abuse you've been through or whatever you're going to go through, that package is still a sweet one. So it's like the way things are triggers, it's like a glimmer for a lot of people. They can like plug into Mean Girls and get a glimmer of happiness. And they're like, oh, you know, I've had letters that are like, me and my brother do not get along. We do not see eye to eye on everything, from politics to even our own family, but we both love Mean Girls. So thank you for giving me that one thing I can connect with my brother over, or, you know, just things like that. And I think that initially when I started being an entertainer, it came from this place of, look what I could do, like Stuart from Mad TV. But now it's at this place of like, look at what it's done. You know, so it's like I look for roles and I look for things that are important, that are impactful. And I'd rather do my stand-up and walk around and make everybody just giggle about my mom and like not think about anything. I don't talk about politics. I don't even talk about even gay rights. And I'm an activist. I'm constantly fighting for rights of people with HIV AIDS or LGBTQ homeless youth, or just any queer rights in general. Like, and I'm active in both Washington and on my social media and in my interviews and stuff. But when it comes to me performing, let's all forget that for a second. Let's just all sit and giggle together about stupid shit. And it brings so much joy to me. And I made more money doing stand-up than I ever have done doing acting. And so, you know, I haven't made a movie in many years, because, and it's not because people haven't wanted me or because I haven't had opportunity. I think it's because like the next movie I make has to be impactful, has to be something that, or something where like you don't even know it's me and you're like, who is that? And it's like, I just want something that's part of the reason I'm enjoying Italian Mom. It's because I'm like, literally, there's people who are fans of Italian Mom that I think still haven't put together that I'm Damien and love Mean Girls. You know,
Wow.
And I think that that's part of my act, something, and people, same thing when I spit in your grave, like people don't even realize it's me. And I think that that's one of the things I really love about acting, because I think one of the things that was a big draw for me as a young man to pursue this was the fact that I wasn't comfortable in my own skin, so I was trying on other people's. And I think that it's gotten to this point where like I love being other people and telling other stories and trying to develop something. You know, I've never been the actor that's like, I hate this line, I'm not going to say this. I've always been like, I hate this line, so it's not me saying it, it's this character, and I'll frame my whole character off of the thing that I don't feel comfortable saying. And I think that it's just like a fun way to just be an artist. And I just really, I enjoy what I do. I wish I got to do it more, but you know, I'm just going to do it just because I want to. I'm going to do the things I want to do.
And you're writing a script now that actually for the people.
I have
in
several
Morehouse?
things going on right now. Yeah. But one of the ideas that I have like on my desk is this idea for all of us to get back together again. Cause I don't want to promise it because it's like nowhere near finished, but I think that within a year I could pitch it, and, you know, it'll be fun. You know, we're approaching the 20th anniversary. What a great time to start something like that.
Well, you should just start with Tina Fey, I would think.
Well, yeah, I haven't talked to Tina in a really long time, so I would like to talk to her. She can, you know, that'd be nice.
I agree. I think especially for like 20th anniversary, people will, I mean, this movie, just like you said, it brings so much joy to so many people still so many years later.
Well, the fact that, you know, like Assad told me that it made him feel like he didn't have to, like, that suicide wasn't the only option. Like, for some of these people, like, I needed that. I needed that so badly. Like, I think about, what if like my first project starred Drew Barrymore, someone who's like so like gay friendly, and like, what would my life like have been like instead of meeting homophobic things? Or, you know, what would it have been like if when I did Damn Yankees, I fell in love with a chorus boy like that, or like, who knows, like something like that could have changed my whole trajectory of life, you know? And the things that were keeping me from doing those things were me feeling crazy about who I was in my body. And so my career is about normalizing my body for other people so they could have permission to do so for themselves, and about finding ways to make myself be seen so other people can feel seen. And it's, you know, it's really cool. I'll take, and I'll say this out loud, I don't even care, but I'll take almost any role in a decent movie that sexualizes me. That's something that's so interesting to me, because I think that's needed out there. And I think that I've moved the dad bod like meter a little bit in the gay community. I don't even still know in the gay community, lots of times they've shown someone like me having sex like I did on Looking, you know? And I got a fan mail there. This is great. This is hysterical. This guy wrote me and he goes, "Don't get it twisted. This is a fan letter." He's like, "But I saw Mean Girls like 10 years ago and I don't really remember you in it." He's like, "And I have no idea what an Eddie Bear is. That was my role on Looking." He's like, "But," he's like, "this is a fan letter because I was on the dance floor at a party and this guy who's way out of my league walked up to me about 3 months ago and